Mr. President, you have said that Canada should become the 51st state.
You know, takes two to tango, right? But no, I do. I mean, I believe it would be a massive tax cut for the Canadian citizens.
It's not for sale, won't be for sale ever.
But never say never. Never say never.
A high-stakes meeting to tell you about the White House this morning as President Trump welcomes Canada's new Prime Minister.
Yeah, this is a critical relationship that hangs in the balance. We've got Doug Luzader live for us in Washington with more on this. Doug, good morning.
Good morning. You know, Mark Carney, the new Prime Minister of Canada, really made his public reputation as a guy who would stand up to President Donald Trump. So that may make for a heated exchange today at the White House. Mark Carney set foot on U.S. soil yesterday for the first time since becoming Canada's new Prime Minister. As President Trump said, he's not even sure what the point is.
I don't know. He's coming to see me. I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal. Everybody does.
And trade will have to be issue number one, with Carney promising to take a hardline approach.
Our old relationship, based on steadily increasing integration, is over.
The two may try to find common ground on tariffs, but it's not clear what that would include. Carney's Liberal Party managed a big turnaround win this year after standing firm against Trump's tariffs and talk of Canada becoming the 51st state. And even though a huge trade relationship is critical for both countries, the White House is looking for a reset.
Why do we make cars in Canada? Why do we do our films in Canada? Come on. So I think the president's going to have, I think it's going to be a fascinating meeting.
A fascinating, and don't look for the president to give up on the idea of Canada becoming part of the United States.
And why are we subsidizing Canada? If Canada was a state, it wouldn't cost us. It would be great. It would be such a great, it would be a cherished state.
Okay, it's not clear how that pitch will go over today at the White House. We will see. This may be kind of a jumping off point for trade negotiations of some kind, but clearly tensions between the two countries are pretty high right now.
I think
Bob and Jen.
some people are wondering, too, if this is going to play out the same way in the public eye in front of the cameras as the president's meeting with Zelensky not too long ago.
You know, that's always kind of seen as the standard of how Oval Office meetings shouldn't go.
Right.
You know, I would imagine that Mark Carney is going to wear a suit today.
He'll say, thank you for having me.
That's right. So, you know, look, you know, they're both on the world stage. They both know everyone is watching. Carney's going to be under a lot of pressure to show that he is, in person, willing to stand up to Trump.
Yeah, his quote is that we will not see any white smoke after this meeting. And, you know, the president doesn't seem to remember their first encounter or meeting anyway in the beginning. So this is sort of an introduction. Maybe it starts to pave the way for more negotiations in the future.
Yeah, they have spoken on the phone, and, you know, the president said the conversation went well, but, you know, that doesn't mean that any of these issues have been resolved.
Okay. Well, we're going to be watching to see what happens out of there in Washington. Doug, thank you so much.
Thank you.